Now, the Public Broadcasters Management has been reported to be calling for more positive news reports in their bulletins. This begs the question, what does a news consumer look for when they tune in? Is objectivity a myth? Let's chat now to the Support Public Broadcasting Coalition Campaign Coordinator, Carol Mohlala. Carol, thank you very much and good morning for coming in.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Okay. I know that you've been involved in the Save Our Public Broadcaster campaign. And when you hear this kind of call from that management to say we need more positive news, 70% and 30% negative news, what goes through your mind?
As a coalition, we should say we are very dismayed. We are quite worried about the call because now, once you make such a call from a management perspective, you are now questioning the editorial independence of journalists in general, where it is journalists' job to actually be objective and to also run with what is news. And again, what it goes and asks the question, what is positive?
Yeah, and I just want to ask you, from where you sit, you consume news as well. If you look at it, I mean, positive news and negative news, just with the broadcasters calling for that. But generally, are we doing a good job of covering stories in South Africa from an independent perspective?
I should say our media, in comparisons to pre-1994, it's chalk and cheese. I should say we've seen our media improve. There are instances where we've been disappointed in the media, and I'm talking this beyond me being a campaign coordinator for SOS, but also as a media practitioner. Yes, that I've seen certain instances where the media have made me proudly South African to say, wow, such a story has really had an impact on our democracy. It has really educated citizens in South Africa to make an informed decision. And such stories should not go unnoticed. And again, we shouldn't be asking for positive news, ignoring the crucial role the media plays, because it's a fourth estate. So it's there to actually question. And if we are going to say positive stories, are we saying that the media should stop questioning those in power?
But also the question of objectivity and balance. From what we've heard, the reports from the public broadcaster saying 70% positive news and 30% negative news. If you look at balance, that also wouldn't really be in balance, because news happens and you must tell the story. And in today's world of social media, you have a lot of what is now known in other parts of the world, citizen journalism. When people are witnessing something with their phones, they film it and then they send it to a broadcaster. So it's going to be very difficult for you to say, no, I can't cover that.
Yes. If you can look at the instance of the police brutality that happened in Davidton, that's a great example of where the media couldn't ignore it. It had happened, and a citizen took a video of it and sent it out.
That was the death of Mozambican Mido Masia.
Yes, and it couldn't be ignored. And you cannot. There's no. When we're arguing 70% positive news, there's actually no balance. It's something that is very idealistic. How are you going to make sure that you've got 70% positive news?
Yeah, but there should be an appreciation as well. I think you would agree, as a media practitioner as well, that an editor is faced with tough decisions now and again when that story is happening and the other story. Which one do you go with? Because sometimes it looks like people are looking at us in media as if we have certain agendas.
And I'm going to argue that in most instances I would understand why citizens would think that particular media have certain agendas, but it's not fair to always assume that the media has particular agendas. There's a story, it needs to be told. How it's told perhaps is where we should be questioning. The media quality, the issue of ethics, how is the story told? Was it truthful? Did it minimize harm? Those are the issues that we should be looking at.
And not looking at positive versus negative broadly.
No.
Okay, no, thank you very much for those clear views. That's Carol Carol Mohlala from the Support Public Broadcasting Coalition Campaign Coordinator, looking at the issue of positive news or negative news that we do in the media.
News that moves. eNCA.com.